sounds on now. So I'm taking over this evening. Allison said, what are we going to do on Wednesday night? And I said, well, we could do pillows.
You could introduce who we are.
We are Quilt and Code. If you didn't see that at the bottom where the name tag is, somewhere like here-ish. No, there. Right? I don't.
And so we're doing, okay, but we're doing these lives because we're in hurricane recovery.
We're in the post-Armageddon phase of Helene recovery. The kids went back to school on Monday, and
now they're out again.
Wednesday, and now because of possible snow, and I guess because they don't want to have to worry about the condition of the roads any more than.
Hey, I already said that if it snows tonight, we won't be in tomorrow. Because snow, like we have our driveway.
It was almost 80 this morning.
Tomorrow is the wind.
Right?
Oh, it's already started. The wind's already started.
Snow.
So maybe the wind is why they don't want the buses running.
Right. Okay, but you also have to know that, I mean, like, yes, I'm a little giddy tonight. Not giddy. But Laney has
We'll
a
get
picture.
to the drink in a minute.
So Laney has a picture for you, okay? I mean, this is our life, okay? As my friend Jennifer posted this morning, or put it to me this morning, she said, our entire freaking county is just held together by duct tape at this point in time. Okay, and so Laney has a picture to show you. This is what we have firsthand reports of this, that the manhole cover flew 50 feet into the air, and there was a geyser for like an hour or two yesterday morning. Threw everything off, and of course, the young kids who went to school at the elementary school and the middle school were told they got to stay at school for 2 hours, and then they were told they needed to go home because there was no water. I mean, like, y'all have no idea. They went to school on Monday for the first time in 6 weeks. And now, yesterday, and they were on a 2-hour delay all week long, and they were already like, we have no idea how they're going to get those kids to school, even with a 2-hour, and now because they were going to try and switch to 1 hour, but then they decided they were just going to call it and their virtual days for the next 2 days because snow tonight. Pins. You need pins?
I will need pins.
Tonight. There's wind tonight, snow tomorrow night, and Vicky says hi.
Oh, hi, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
So anyway, I think Laney was able to show you the picture of the geyser in Birdsville. So it's just fun all the way around. So tonight
we've nicknamed what 19E is now Old Faithful.
Yeah, 19E is now Old Faithful.
Okay.
And like I said, Jennifer says this whole freaking county is just held together by duct tape at this moment in time.
And not
Laney
even
and
the
I,
name brand stuff.
I mean,
it's that off-brand.
I'm thinking it's masking tape.
Laney thinks it's masking tape. So, I mean, like, we're talking, we now, on our little mountain road going home, we now have 2, not just 1, 2 stoplights that were never there before the storm. And that's because they're doing so much construction on those roads that they've just brought in stoplights now. Temporary stoplights. It's like, so what used to be this little itty bitty short commute to work has turned into a not so short commute to work. Anyway, so I'll stop now. I'm trying. Someone said on Facebook, why are y'all laughing? And it's like, if we don't laugh,
It gives us a break from the crying.
we will just cry. So, but I had more kids this week in robotics and more kids today in sewing than we've had since this started. And they're so cute. And they just go with it. I mean, like, so we just need to take that and say, this is how we just need to treat everything. You just need to go with it. All right. So tonight's episode is all about our hurricane recovery. I have no idea what we're doing.
Well, as part of the recovery at our place, I got a new bed frame, and therefore I needed more pillows for my bed. And more pillowcases to go with those pillows. So
You got a new mattress because his mattress was.
I have become an expert at pillows now, and our pillowcases.
I'll scoot you out of the way if you'd like.
We have some beautiful fabrics that are made just for pillowcases. This is the one I'll be using tonight. This is from the Susie B collection, and you can see it has a beautiful, nice longitudinal run that will accent any young person's bedroom. That's latitude. You're right. It is but no, it's the long way.
Well, and you're doing the
not the flat way.
You're doing the magic pillowcase, but you're doing it slightly different because you're using running yardage, right?
Well, yeah, this is running yardage, but it's got you need if you have running yardage, you want it to go in this direction because the pillow is going to lie on the bed like this. So if it was doing that, then it would be sort of odd. And then
right at this
that
point
was
in time,
Nightfall
that's odd.
by Dashwood, and this one is Paul's Pond, another Susie B fabric.
Did you use that one to go with your frog quilt?
I did use this one to go with the frog quilt. I have the frog quilt will go to my youngest daughter should she ever decide to have children. That it's going to be sitting around. It'll smell like mothballs by the time it gets to the child. But so, as we've said, the magic pillowcase. The magic pillowcase is a 3-inch cut, a 9-inch cut, and a 27-inch cut. You want it's a ruffle, a
Kerfuffle says hi.
a kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle.
Hi.
Hey, kerfuffle.
We're talking about ruffles and kerfuffles. So this is just a little accent, and then your main fabric is the 27-inch cut. And I have a directional cuff that, we're going to experiment. I think I have placed it in the right direction so that when I place them together, they will line up. Now, I don't know, Laney, can you get an overhead shot at all or something aiming down a little bit?
For how long?
Hey, Kyle is here. All right, so you place your 9-inch fabric. Along the top edge, you will place, your 3-inch has been ironed in half with the cut side toward the edge, and then placing all of your faces together, you'll place
All your raw edges on the same place.
your raw edge is going to line up here, and then the face of your fabrics are all pointed at each other. And most of the tutorials out there will tell you to roll this up. And the first time I did that, I spent the next 15 minutes trying to get it out of the cuff. And I decided I'm just going to do an accordion fold, a very simple accordion fold with a little tuck, and then you take your other raw edge and put it together. Now, if you pin this heavily the rest of the way down, you will have no problems at all. So in honor of the kids going back to school this evening, we have chosen a drink called the Teacher's Pet. And since I'm doing the sewing, Allison gets to be the bartender this evening. And this will be
My very
your
first
very
drink.
first cocktail on a live event. You did make a Mai Tai, you said the other night.
Well,
right?
at home, and I'm not even quite sure that one. we should have done it differently. And so it wasn't as good as the Mai Tai drink I had gotten at the liquor store that when we were up in New Jersey. So I was disappointed. But that's okay. I can learn. And so Will has picked out the teacher's pet for me in honor of all the teachers that are heading back to school this
Heading back home this evening. I'm sorry, headed back.
heading back home this
We got 3
evening.
days in this week.
We were also doing it, as a celebratory drink for those parents who finally were sending their children back to school. And now they probably need it because the children are back home.
You can make a picture and keep it around for the next 2 days.
And the kids were sort of, they were excited to go back to school until they were back at school. And then it was lovely to hear this morning that one of our students that has been doing some piano and sewing with me, she had really gotten into the routine of piano and sewing and, activities here at the shop and stuff like that. And so she'd rather come back to me. Aw, that's sweet. And so he's going to finish this little pinning job, and I'm going to attempt to make this drink.
And Kerfuffle is rooting for you.
Thanks, Kerfuffle. How can I go wrong? I have cider and ginger ale and rum.
He's even letting you play with the toys.
He's even letting me play with the toys. Of course, right before we got on, I was like, okay, this is an ounce.
Right.
So I'm good. And I fill it to the top.
Ounce of rum,
Okay.
4 ounces of
Okay.
cider, and then top it off with ginger ale.
So
And then a little swizzle.
I'm going to find it in here. Hold on. It's here. Okay. Now it's a
The
pencil
swizzle
topper.
is just to mix it.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Doesn't
Where
have
are
any
you?
Swizzle sticks.
Here you are. So
All right.
we already
So,
have the ice. So
I'll
he's
let
gonna
her take it away.
he's gonna stitch where the pins are. And Kyla just came in. Maybe I should let her make the drinks. And so we start. What?
He just only gave you 4 instructions. That's all it is.
I know. Okay. Do you want to get over here and do it? My husband's giving me a rough time. Okay. So we have this wonderful Kraken rum. This is a black spiced rum, and so we do 1 ounce of that. So the big one is the ounce, and the little one is the half an ounce. All you bartenders out there are you must be appalled. And so I have an ounce of rum, okay, and then, More or less. It didn't spill any. Okay, and then I have cider over here, and it hasn't been opened.
Maybe you shake it.
Probably.
Okay. Okay, so
I mean, the
shake it.
the
You should
real test
shake
here
your
is whether or
cider.
not she can do this without making a massive mess.
So, so you shake the cider because it's fresh or real. I'm not quite sure. I should put this. My niece is like giggling off in the background. Okay, so we have 4 of these. Okay, 1. See, look, I can count. I'm a teacher's pet. 2. And 3.
Hasn't even started yet.
And right? I just opened everything. 4. And then we top this off with ginger ale. All right. And then we stir. Right, Will?
Just a little.
Okay. So we topped it off with ginger ale.
The alcohol's on the bottom.
Right? So we have to stir. So his little fancy stirrer that he got. Okay. All right.
And that's only the first one.
And that's just the first one, right? Okay. So let me taste and see if I did okay. Ooh. I like this one. Would you guys like one? Okay.
I don't
So-
tamper while drunk.
You don't what? He doesn't.
Camera while drunk.
Okay, so Laney says he doesn't camera while drunk. We already like.
You can move my cup up there and do it at the same time.
I could do it at the same time. Mom is saying move the cup up there so that you can do them at the same time.
Hers
Okay.
isn't big enough. Give her the half ounce.
Give her. Lady's like, hers isn't big enough. Give her the half ounce, or should I give her the whole ounce? Which one do you want, Mom?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay. I'm going to give you the whole ounce. I mean, like, yours is fatter than ours. All right. So we got the rum.
It's got a lot of water in the bottom, I think.
Yeah, it'll be watered down, so you'll be just fine, Mom. And then you got the... and then you got...
Little Buffalo says, go, Allie, go.
2, 3, 4. How do bartenders do this without making a mess?
They don't use the gallon jugs.
Oh. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And so that's why Kai is in the background saying that's why they cost so much, is because they spill a little bit every time.
Are we running?
All right.
It's kind of like, how we overcut fabric.
Right. So here we go. All right. And then we stir. Okay. Okay. Will, I'm going to leave this to you. All right.
Leave what to me? The bartending?
The bartending. Here you go, Mom.
Ooh, that is a nice one.
Isn't that good?
But it's that Kraken.
Yeah, the crack in the black spice drum is very good, and I'm
Yeah.
working on it. I've got a whole bunch of spill here before he puts down his stuff. I want to make sure. I mean, it is Hannah's after all. She won't care. All right. All right, cool. This is very good.
Oh,
Great selection,
that
Will.
is a nice one.
It's a nice fall drink.
Yeah, that apple cider, it's very nice. Would you like a taste, honey?
I tried some.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So, yeah, here, I'm going to move all
Once
this
they
stuff
start
out of your
drinking,
way.
They start wandering.
Looks like my head's been cut off.
Well, that's because you weren't there.
I can't help being tall.
Or something. Just keep it and drink it.
All right, let's see how magically I did on my pillowcase here. So all I need to do is pull this out, and we'll see if...
This looks like how my mom told me how to, put pillows in a pillowcase.
Right. Yeah, this is not how you're supposed to take the pillow out of the pillowcase.
So while Will is fighting with the pillowcase, we have gotten some lovely, I mean, like, we were out of commission for 3 weeks, closed completely. And then for 2 weeks, we were still like, don't come near us. And so now all the fabrics and stuff that have waited, like, even with Western North Carolina, all the fabrics have sort of like come in all at the same time. And so
And that's
we've
what
got.
you got to be careful of.
Uh-oh. What'd you do?
I cut the other end.
Just one?
Yep.
So you can
Just
fix
an
it,
inch
right?
I'll have to take off there.
So while he's pondering that, Sue Ellen needs a recap. What are you drinking?
Okay, so Sue Ellen, we are
It's very mild.
we are drinking the teacher's pet. It was supposed to be in honor of our teachers and students going back to school. But that has not gone as well as expected. We're expecting some high winds and snow tomorrow, and so the kids are...
Snow Friday.
The winds are tomorrow and the snow is Friday, and so the kids are back off school. So they're doing a virtual day tomorrow, which is very hard in the county because a lot of the county still doesn't have internet. And so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But the kids said, don't worry, we were given extra worksheets today, so we're good. And so, yeah, they said they were given their extra worksheets, and then Friday they don't have school either because that's when the snow is supposed to happen, and because most of our roads right now are dirt and rock. And when snow hits them, like, I mean, I've already said when it snows, we're not leaving the house because our driveway, it just tears it up. And we don't even have any rock down on the driveway right now yet because we can't get that. And so, anyway, so he is fixing that pillowcase. And so we are drinking the teacher's pet in honor of all our wonderful teachers. And we thought that it was going to be a celebratory drink, and it probably is now a commiseratory drink. So, but that's okay. Right? I probably did just make that word up, but that's okay. So anyway, that is the teacher's pet. So to all you teachers out there, students, parents, this is for you. And so what it is a ounce of dark rum, or we have a black spiced, beautiful Kraken. Rum. It's the Kraken beautiful spiced rum. And then there's 4 ounces of cider, and Mom got the real stuff. And then we topped it off with ginger ale and. It's a regular apple cider, but it's the good stuff. Like, it's not, she got real apple anyway. Okay, Kerfuffle, what's up?
Well, they also said they wish they live near us because their store looks delightful. They're 4 hours away from a fabric store.
Oh, thank you. Well, and that's partly because we have so much fabric and no customers. I mean, we do have customers. We had several wonderful customers come in today. So I'm going to let Will take over again, and I'm going to grab this fabric over here that I really, really want to show you because it came in the day before yesterday or something like that, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And we even have a cheater quilt that they've sent us so that you can see what the kit is going to look like. And so these are going to be available really, really soon. As soon as, I mean, we've gotten like, I swear we've gotten 30 bolts of fabric in the last, and five new gorgeous backing fabrics in the past week. And so I probably should bring those out to you as well because we did our backing thing. Okay, I'm going to move out of the way and get that fabric.
Okay, so now that the pillow is all done, and
How did you fix it?
I ripped an edge and and sewed it over again. This is the pillowcase unfurled, and you simply do this. Now, I would typically iron, and so I will probably not do the whole French seam this evening. But pillowcases are just fun and mental. They're fundamental. And so
okay, I'm making up words. You're doing, what was that?
So this is a very standard, pillowcase. It goes together, as you saw, very quickly. To finish it off, I do a French seam, and in this case, I will go ahead and cut off my selvages. One of these days we'll have it set up so we have an overhead camera and all kinds of wonderful things, because when you like and subscribe to our videos, the algorithm sends this to other people who might be interested. So please, like and subscribe.
In the studio, we have a couple of those things.
And once we get enough subscribers, we can afford to have that wonderful overhead.
Watching surgery.
So I cut off the selvages, and then to finish this, I will do what is called a French seam.
You totally have to do the French seam because people sometimes don't know what a French seam is and how to do it.
If you've never seen a French seam, as opposed to what you typically expect to do with a seam, you're going to take, you'll sew on the right side first.
You think like a kid. A kid always wants to sew it wrong sides together. So you start that way. You think like a kid.
We start with the wrong sides together, and If you have an adjustable width on your sewing machine, these are 1/4-inch seams, but I'm going to take this all the way over, and I'm going to give myself pretty much close to 1/8 of an inch on that seam. And while I'm doing that,
I'm going to show you fabric.
and Allison's going to steal my chair.
Oh. Okay.
So I'll sew with my knee.
No, he won't. No, he won't. I'm gonna bring my fabric over. It's all good. It's all good. See, I got this.
Sue Ellen
Okay.
did say ooh backing fabric, so.
Right. Okay. So, I'm gonna Kai.
It's right there.
Oh, it's right here. My backing fabric's right there. Okay, cool. So this is our brand new fabric from, I believe that this is Michael Miller. No, maybe not. Northcott. This is Northcott. Michael Miller came in today. So this is our Northcott, and this is the Dragonfly Dance. And so I just want you to see this vibrant, vibrant colors that came in with this. Look at this gorgeous, like striped multi, and then you've got, oh, here's the dragonflies. There you go. Dragonflies everywhere, and then this gorgeous leafy print that goes with it. And this is my purple, man. This fuchsia. Ugh, this is my purple. I can tell why I bought the whole line. So, and then there's this gorgeous one right here. Oh, bring in the brights. I mean, like, how can you go wrong? More dragonflies. I've got to pull this one out like this one because this is a directional. So, oh, right? Sue Ellen is saying she loves the Kraken rump, right? Like, it's the best.
And for Bubble says, nice trick. I have not seen that before.
Nice what?
Trick.
Oh, for the pillow or the
pillow.
The pillow. Awesome. So, right? Pillowcases make awesome wrapping paper for Christmas. So we are setting you up for your Christmas gifts. All right?
Victoria comes and says, save some so Alice can make shirts.
Okay, so we're supposed to save, oh, for this. Yes, of course. Absolutely. And then there's a green, and then another, this one's a little bit bluer of the dragonflies. So, okay, cool. So that shows you that. Now, I have a cheater quilt.
What can you do with all that fabric?
So what can you do with all this fabric? We're going to show you, okay? So we're making kits for this quilt, and we have a couple of quilts actually that are going to be on this, out of this fabric. This one, because we also have a panel that goes with this. I don't know where it is. Will might have cut it up.
Yes, I did.
So yes, he cut it up already, but we do have the panel. And so this is one of the quilts that we have that we can, you know what, I can put it back here, that we can do with this fabric. And so we'll have 2 different kits at least. I know we have, the patterns are coming in after the fabric. It's interesting. The same thing's happening with another Northcott that we've gotten. So, there's one, and this is a good twin-sized quilt right here. You could turn it into a queen or a king easily, if you wanted to. Okay, good. I'm just going to leave this hanging, just like that. Okay, cool. Okay, so Will's going to show you where he's gotten, and I'm going to get the backing fabrics.
So now that my sides are sewn together and I want to line up that way, I'm going to, just because I find it easier, snip off that corner, and then I'm going to turn it inside out. Now, you may be saying, but Will, why haven't you ironed anything? Well, part of it is expediency, and part of it is
The iron's in the
you
other room.
don't need to iron this that much. I have found that when I do iron and try and do the French seam, that I iron wrong. So I actually will try and get this seam, I'll finger press this seam here, and then begin feeding it into the sewing machine, and I'll slow down the sewing machine. If you could hear through the mic, I was moving rather quickly with the sewing machine. But I'll slow down a little bit, and then every 5 inches or so, I go through and I just make sure that I'm, finger pressing that seam back out.
You might need to recap a little bit of that. I had turned your mic off so that it wouldn't pick
Oh,
up the
so-
machine, and I forgot to turn that.
Let's see. So now that I have finished the first seam, I had to rewind. So,
Explain why.
so apparently my mic was off. So this corner I cut off before I turn it inside out. And you've probably asked why I haven't been pressing. And part of that is for the expediency of the live. And part of it is when I press with an iron trying to do the French seam, I tend to do it wrong. The seam will fold over on itself, and so I'll have this. The French seam is there to now cover up this raw edge, and that raw edge typically sticks out on me a lot more if I press, rather than starting by feeding it into the sewing machine. I finger press it out, and then I start to feed it into the sewing machine, and I'll slow the sewing machine down a little, and then finger press, go about 5 inches, and then I'll finger press some more, go about 5 inches, and then it turns out pretty well. I also, instead of doing a 1/4 inch, like I said on the first seam, I did the most I could do over to the edge of my presser foot. Now, instead of my standard 1/4 inch, which on a 7mm shank is going to be a 7 or a 6.5, I'm on a 9mm, so I'm right now on a 7.5. I'll do 7 1/4.
You're looking for what, a 3/8 inch?
Yeah, instead of a 1/4, I'm looking for more like a 3/8 now, just so that I'll have that stray thread that's definitely going to find its way out. But for the most part, I can cover up that raw edge. And now I will go back to the sewing machine.
So now one of the things that you could do with that is that you could do your regular 1/4 inch seam, okay? And then you could go back and trim that 1/4 inch seam before you turn the pillowcase inside out. And then you still kind of want to have more than a 1/4 inch when you're going back around, because like Will said, sometimes you get some of those stray frays coming through, and you don't want to have to go back and redo it. And so it ends up giving you this just gorgeous, finished, polished, absolute gorgeous look. Okay, cool. So let me move a couple of these out of the way so I have a little bit of room to show you these big, huge fabrics. And so this is, all these came in from Wilmington, and they are 108 by 108, so they're going to go into our 108 collections.
Well, actually, these are fabric by the yard, so they're only 108 by 19 yards.
Right, they're 108 by, yeah. So I apologize. Yes, they're by the yard. So if you get a yard of it, then you'll have 36 by 108. So it's 108. So with every yard, you're getting 3 yards. It's kind of nice. Makes for a very it sounds like it's expensive to begin with, because most of these are going to be $22.99, but you're getting 3 yards of fabric for that $22.99, and most of our fabrics are $13.99 anyway, and so you're really getting a deal. Okay, so I'm going to start with these gorgeous beauties that are brand new. Ugh. Getting my workout today. So there is this gorgeous, lovely purple, and then I also have a blue. I mean, you know what? But you notice I don't have anything that's pastel. I don't do pastel. So, the last one it's kind of pastel. I don't think so. So, and then, I mean, vibrant. I just do vibrant. I mean, the world is just too pale as it is. So we need to just pump it out with color. Okay, and then I have, this is the one my mom is.
I mean, 100 years ago, it was black and white.
Right? You're right. So at least we have a little color now.
I've seen
So,
the pictures.
so it's not pastel, but it is white. Not necessarily my choice because I don't do much white. I'm a bright person. I'm bright. And then that in black. And so this, yeah, that's mine. So perfect for just about, and it's just so lovely how it even picks up these guys right down here. It's like, oh my gosh, I could just make a quote right out of this stuff right here. If only I had the time. So, while he's finishing up, I'm going to tell you what we're doing on Wednesday. So on Saturday, I'm going to tell you what we're doing on Saturday. So Saturday we are going to start a stripology because I have I have been neglecting you, and I know you want to see a stripology. And so we're going to do a stripology session on Saturday, and then next Wednesday I'm going to turn that project into a bag that, something like this. And so I'm doing a different design, but this was a stripology design, and so I'm going to take another stripology design, and then I'm going to turn it into this bag because people have been asking for the pattern, and I need to make another one in order to have an accurate pattern to make sure I get all my seam allowances right and stuff. And so I am going to work on, we're going to do that on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and we're going to do that on Wednesday afternoon. And it looks like Will is done with the stitching, and so I'm going to move out of the way again. Oh, right? Right.
Cluttering your workspace.
And look at him. Okay, look. Takes me, I like do one at a time. And what does he do?
That's why we keep him around.
Right.
Yeah, he held in the grunting note.
Yeah, I didn't.
No dad noises this time. All right, so there is my seam on the inside.
You can like zoom me in.
So around the inner seam, I have turned and sewn down yet another seam. And that is how you French a seam. It's like Frenching a fry without the oil. Right? That's how it works.
Guess you could use oil if you wanted, but
And
I'm not getting that one at all, Will.
occasionally you'll have, like right here, I have a couple of the stray threads, but you take those off and you don't have any fray hanging out from your raw edge.
As he cuts up.
No, these are, but you...
Those are just strings.
Yeah. So none of my raw edge is exposed.
Either inside or out.
Yeah, either inside or out.
Yep. So
And then you
there
iron
you
it up.
go.
You know, put a nice little gift in there, and you have the perfect little Christmas packaging right
Yep.
there.
So once again, the measurements 27, 3, and 9, or 3
Yeah, so
times 9 is 27.
Right. The key is 3 times
If you
9.
have king size pillows, then you extend the main fabric to 36.
Oh,
He's made a few.
I discovered that because I have king size pillows too.
right. And it's king size, huge bed.
Right. I've got a California king bed, so it's the only way my feet don't dangle off. So, and I have to cuddle pillows since I don't have anybody
Oh,
to cuddle me.
All right,
Yep,
get your
sorry,
drink.
ladies, he's single.
For
So-
it's an adorable pillow.
It is
Right? Isn't that great?
the fabrics are wonderful, and as you see, my directionality for the fabric on the cuff was perfect. All right, so if you're in review, you have the directionality of your cuff pointed away from you, as you make your burrito, and everything should work out in the end.
Perfect. All right. Why don't you get your drink before Kyla drinks it all? Oh, that's right. She's like, I tried to give it back to you, but you wouldn't take it. So, you know, it was sitting right here. So,
Boy, that is,
it's really good.
they call it a teacher's pet, but it is so this time of year.
It is. It's perfect.
Well, school starts in
School starts in the fall. It's perfect. And
You know what would,
uh-oh.
cinnamon stick.
Now he's changing it.
Yeah.
Just drop in a cinnamon stick. It's said to garnish with a
Oh,
lime wedge,
there you go.
but I think
Stir
a
it with
cinnamon stick in here, just that little hint of cinnamon
Whiff.
as you're drinking, because the spice is nice, but it's not a fall spice.
And it's not, you can't, like, the rum isn't overpowering.
No.
You could also make it a hot drink.
And Mom says you can make it a hot drink as well.
Yeah, but
Not
you
with
lose,
ginger ale.
you lose the fizz of the ginger ale. But
So leave the ginger ale out and
So Mom says leave the ginger ale out and just use the rum and the
cider.
cider.
And
Hadn't
the
thought about that.
cinnamon
And the cinnamon stick. So to all you teachers out there, and to all your parents, you poor parents in Yancey County,
and Buncombe County, and Mitchell County,
and Mitchell County, and
Avery
all
County.
of Western North
and-
Carolina that is getting ready to get walloped with it, or whatever is coming next. We're here with you.
Well, and to all of those in the Pacific Northwest right now,
Right, that are getting walloped by the bomb
who have,
cyclone.
yeah, the bomb cyclone that is
Blah, blah.
doing all kinds of wonderful, windy, hurricane-y type things to you
We're-
too.
We're feeling you. we are feeling you. So anyway,
Try not to get washed away.
we're in recovery and we're going to be fine. So we're getting a few visitors starting to come back into the shop, so that's kind of nice. So yeah. So thank you for joining us this evening. We will see you on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. What are we making for breakfast?
I don't know.
Ooh, it's going to be a surprise. I don't know what we're making for breakfast, but I don't know. We could do that corned beef hash thing again. That
Yeah, that
was
was
really
pretty good. my mother could be talked into crepes, maybe.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to be here because I have to sing it.
Oh,
Grandma
she says
can't
she
be
might
taught.
not be here.
Wow.
The weekend after.
The weekend after,
We
we've
have
got her
abandonment
for
issues going already.
right. I mean, like seriously, you're just telling us this now. Anyway,
I just told you this morning.
all right. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll be back on Saturday. Bye, everyone.